are you guys today? Good. Did you like the show? Great, good. Well, there's a couple of things we want to talk to you about, so put your thinking caps on. So we want to talk about bullying and how it makes you feel. Now, has anyone here been bullied? Okay. Now, here's the thing. What we like to stress in the show is that if you are being bullied, the first thing you should do is tell an adult you can trust. Okay? What do you think? Well, especially if you have an older sibling that you can trust, or let's see who else. A principal, very good. Or even, let's see, some maybe do you have counselors here at school? Yeah? Maybe you have dad or parents.
Your relatives?
Yeah, other relatives, absolutely. And uncle. Yes, very good, very good. Yeah, so if you have counselors at your school, or if you play sports and you have a coach that you can trust, you can tell your coach, or maybe a neighbor, someone that lives near you, or if you go to church, or a synagogue or something, a religious leader, someone, an adult that you know is going to try to help you. Those are really great people that you can tell that you're being bullied and that you need help. Absolutely not. You should never be afraid to tell an adult.
Being bullied? Yeah. Good, that's good. Would you tell an adult if someone else, one of your close friends is being bullied? Yeah. Yeah? How would you tell them?
You could say like, you could tell like a teacher or someone near you who doesn't know and stuff. You could tell them, basically, it's not being nice to them.
Yeah.
Very good.
You could just tell them like, they're like, well, friends are being bullied, so will you please tell the person to stop?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and remember, it's not tattling if you tell a grown-up. Sometimes you just need a little extra help.
And, another important thing to remember about this is sometimes there's not always an adult around, right? Sometimes you're playing after school, or there's just not an adult in the immediate area. Remember, when I was getting bullied in the show, I didn't have an adult with me, but one thing I did have was I had two good friends at my side. I had Jared and I had Danny, and they were trying to help me out as best as they can. Now, how many of you have good friends that you can really depend on?
Awesome.
That's great. That's a lot of hands. Is there anyone here who feels like they don't have a friend they can count on if they were in trouble or being bullied or something like that? That's good. Who was a bully in the show? Who bullied? Who was a bully in the show?
Yeah.
Jesse was a bully. Was anyone else a bully at any time in the show? No?
Think about that one.
Anyone was anyone? Yeah. Annie, she was a bully. She was teaching us how to be a bully.
Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas.
That's right. Even I was being a bully sometimes. I was helping get a tray to put on her head. Jared! Oh, yeah.
Very good, Jerry.
That's right. So the important thing to remember, actually I have one more question for you guys. Was anyone else being bullied besides, who else was bullied?
Jared was.
Jared was bullied, of course, yep. Your kid was bullied, I was bullied, that's right. Annie? The teacher was bullied, even the teacher was bullied. So, it's the important, who else? Is anyone else bullied? Jesse was bullied, that's an important one to remember.
So now that Newton showed us that everyone can be a bully sometimes, let's talk about the way that bullies feel. We talk a lot about the way that other people feel, but let's talk about how bullies feel. In the song How to Be a Bully in the Show, we say something really important about the way that bullies feel. Does anyone remember what that was? That's what I thought.
Very specific feelings. Does anybody know what they were?
Unwanted.
Unwanted. Oh, that's a good one.
You know what?
One at a time, guys.
What? They don't get much attention sometimes, but they.
I just wanted to tell everyone that everyone does have feelings. I might have portrayed that I didn't, but I do. I have feelings just like each and every one of you. It's just they're very dark and lonely and confused. Does anyone here feel that way? That they have feelings that are dark and lonely?
There you go. That's a great solution.
Great one.
So I'm just, for anyone that didn't raise their hand. Oh, okay. So for anyone that didn't raise their hand, if you ever do have those feelings, and if you do now, you have to talk to someone. And I guess I was too afraid, and I wish I did. And that's why when Jared finally asked me to be his friend, I was happy. And, you know, I felt wanted, like that person said that bullies feel unwanted. I felt wanted, so you should never keep that to yourself, because you might hurt someone else or yourself.
So when I was being bullied, it didn't feel right to me. Remember I told Miss Nicholson I felt bad, and I said, Danny, it feels awkward. And I think that's because being a bully is not who I really was. Because to be tough and mean, I had to stop doing all the things that I like to do, like giving my friends stickers. So, has anyone here ever tried being a bully and it didn't feel right to you? It felt weird?
Brother and dad didn't end up so well. I was trying to get even with my little sister, and it did not work as well as I thought. I yelled at my sister for not cleaning up when she was supposed to.
Well, sometimes my brother in 6th grade, whenever I get mad at him, I like take him in his stomach.
It doesn't feel very good. You know, everyone who tried being a bully said that they didn't feel right about it. So, then why did bullies bully? I think that in our case, it was because I didn't ask Jessie how she felt or why she felt the way she did. Instead of asking her, you know, what was making her angry or what was making her feel confused, I just kept saying, why don't you be my friend? Why don't you be my friend? And to her, that wasn't what she needed. So I think, there's a very important lesson there. Does anyone have an idea of what we're getting at?
There you go. Yeah. That's really nice.
Not bullying. If it's like somebody, there's somebody.
Yeah.
If you ever get bullied while a teacher, don't be mean to anyone. Bullying. Don't be afraid to tell learning. Don't bully.
Really good points.
Bullying is not nice. Bullying is nasty. Stop bullying.
Very good. Bully is that every single person, everybody in this room, everybody in the whole world is different. Okay, everybody's different for a different reason. You could be good at some things, or you can dress a certain way, or look a certain way. Everybody next to you, behind you, around you is different than you. And those differences are what make us special. But sometimes people, because of these feelings that bullies have, feel the need to use these differences to be mean. But you shouldn't use these differences to be mean. Just think about some of the things that make you different and why that's special.
Yeah, bullies might try to make you feel different about something. You have to always remember that it's not your fault. You're entitled to that. You're allowed to do that. And you should celebrate that. So if bullies get mean to you about that, it's not your fault. You should try to maybe figure out where they're going.
So, and we're talking about what you saw. Do you think that you were ever bullied without meaning to be? Like you were bullied on accident?
Yeah, I was bullied when I was kind of bullied.
Were you ever a bully when you not really knowing you were a bully? bully sometimes.
Yeah.
Really? And what do you do when you're a bully sometimes?
Like, you know, when you're like my sister, you know, like I said in the house, like sitting there doing like different things.
Is that because you feel sad and lonely like the song?
Yes.
You need to talk to somebody about that.
And so,
Don't like say bad things about each other.
very good.
Do not cause to be all sad and lonely. Have your friends.
Great.
Play with someone. Someone not with everyone that we ask them if they want to play with you.
That's hard. Very important.
That's really good.
If someone's alone at recess, then you can ask them to play with you.
Absolutely. And you guys are so attentive, you pay attention so well. And we hope that this helps you and that you'll go back to your classrooms with your teachers and your friends and you'll continue to talk about this. It's a big issue. We hope that you'll talk about bullying and how to stop bullying.